nobody can tell you that life will get back to normal, because it never will. But as a dear friend of mine says, you find a new way of normal, a new way of life that creates some normality for you and your family.
It's helped me to realise and be grateful for many of the small things, and also some of the larger things that I overlooked.
For the rest of my life, I don't think there'll be a day when I won't be thinking something about him. But I expect that the emotional twinge will gradually be lessened.
I'm not the same as I used to be. I have a larger outlook on life.
For me, it's changed my perspective on work and family, and how much time I spend with each category.
I think I'm more tolerant of people who suffer depression and similar complaints. I don't know that I've ever been really intolerant, but perhaps I haven't been tolerant enough.
I'd encourage anyone else to go to a support group, or go and find someone that you can talk to and you can cry on, have a hug.
You certainly become more able to incorporate the experience into your life.
I see things as a lot more precious, and I see things as gifts now rather than just taking things for granted, and I see the opportunity to be with people I love as a gift.
I feel more compassionate and understanding of people who are grieving and hurting. I feel that I can understand in a way that I never understood before.
I've told Lucas that his dad is now the biggest, brightest shining star in the sky. And he still does. When we drive along, he'll say, "Oh, look, there's Daddy up there, shining brightly."
I've become far more tolerant a person, a lot more caring, a much better listener to people, and far more aware of people's feelings and what's happening to them.
Also, more positive in spending more time with my wife and family.
A lot of the day-to-day things are put into a perspective where they don't really matter. It's relationships, it's people, it's communication, it's helping people.
I have found that his death has made me more tolerant towards other people's feelings and views on things.
I'm more determined than ever to enjoy what I have and what is left to me for the rest of my life.
It's also made me feel very much that each day you make count, instead of always looking forward maybe to a week ahead or a month ahead or whatever.
Just live one day at a time, and you can help others through your terrible experience and grief. There will come a time when your experience will enrich others.
For me, it's helped me put a lot of other things into perspective.
I actually think his death has actually made me more aware of myself. I've learnt a lot about myself through his death.
I've learnt to appreciate what I've got even more now than probably had I not experienced losing a child.
Responsibility for my own happiness has probably been one of my greatest lessons.
I think that we have to remember to take each day as it comes, even 16 years down the track.
I've also accept change. It doesn't get me down if things don't go along the way that I think it needs to go with friendships or social activities or whatever.
There were three things that helped me. One was counselling, where I could really thrash out how I was feeling. Two was to have friends who I could be honest with. And three was my faith.
Whatever you're feeling right at this very minute is exactly what you should be feeling. Don't let anybody tell you that you should be doing this or you should be doing that.
Give yourself time. Be kind to yourself. Don't let anyone tell you you're grieving wrongly. Don't let anyone tell you to get over it.
Life is never the same, but it doesn't mean to say can't be good.
We accommodate that which we've been through, and we build a new tomorrow.
You can survive this, and you will survive this. There will come a day when you realise that you've laughed more than you've cried.
First milestone is you'll survive. Your second milestone is you will recover. And the third milestone is you will heal.
I think it's important that we rediscover our lives, and we're enforced to do that. You don't have any choice. And the only way to the other side is through.
I have a special poem that I try and remember that I find puts the whole thing in perspective. It's written by a local South Australian author by the name of Nan Whitcomb, and it goes like this. To mourn too long for those we love is self-indulgent, but to honour their memory with a promise to live a little better for having known them gives meaning to their life and some purpose to their death.